Welcome in, everyone. 8-Bits here. And of course, Sophie. She's all excited this morning. Good morning. Term, good morning. What? Is this how 8-Bit starts first time? If yes. Well, currently, yes. It is how 8-Bit starts. You have I don't know, I run ads, right? First thing during the starting soon. Then when it gets to about 2 minutes until it's time to go, based on when the ads run, that's when it switches over and it starts the music and basically counts down to it. An easy welcome in. How you doing this morning? All right. We are missing a screen. Where are you? Well, let's see. Are we not seeing the browser this morning? Is that the problem? There we go. Yeah, good morning. How is everybody's Sunday going? Yeah, and I switched back, so now I'm back on my cyberpunk look. And that's kind of like my traditional opening ending theme that I have on my page, right? Oh, what do we want today? How about some I like listening to the chip tunes. It's kind of fitting for game work. So we'll start some of that. And it is cold this morning. It is about 20 degrees. You just got up literally? Nice. Yeah, I've been up, I don't know, about a little under an hour. Got up because it's only 7 a.m. So got up, walked the dog, came back, and got all this stuff set up, right? So yesterday, we were quickly writing all this stuff down, trying to make some sort of game plan about what we're going to be doing. So, we're going to start trying to make some stuff today. And I don't know if anybody plays Fortnite, but the South Park stuff, it has been added to Fortnite. I was watching it the other day, and it looks pretty cool. All right. Yeah, all right. So we kind of talked about, we made a giant Connect 4 screen here about how we're going to be doing the map. Is the Radiant Arch? I don't know. So on here, it's called Born in Chaos. There we go. Yeah, they've added Cartman Land, Terrence and Phillip. The balloon is this. And I don't know what else there is in there. Right, let's close that. Let's look back here. So this is Born in Chaos, right? If you really do you like Fortnite? No, I can see a little bit. All right.
Kenny's down! Kenny is down! Hold tight, Kenny, I'm coming! Carmen's going after Kenny! Run him over! Hey, fellas! Fellas, I still didn't get an invite! Carmen's over here! He's over here! Fellas! Oh, God! Kenny's gonna D-Red! He's left, Tasso!
They do a pretty good job with this stuff, right?
Fellas? Oh, my God! That was so epic! I can't believe how much we low-key pwned you guys! Your team lost! How was that pwnage? Yeah, I said we low-key pwned you guys. That's the low-key part. We didn't win. We're low-key unbeatable.
So this is the idea, I guess, behind it, right?
Kenny low-key took Stan out, and our team beat theirs like low-key 50 times in a row. What the hell?
We're not gonna play this whole video, but like, this is kind of where, maybe we will, transports them into Fortnite.
Well, that's just because you low-key suck at Fortnite, Butters. Actually, you just suck at Fortnite. It's not even low-key. Silence! You have ignored me for the last time. Now you shall do my bidding. The stick of truth. Butters, where did you get that? Well, I went to Stark's pond and I swam around looking for it all morning. We threw it in the pond because it's too powerful, Butters. You don't know what that thing is capable of. Oh, yes, I do. With this stick, any wish can become reality. And so now, you guys will play Fortnite with me.
And it is the bus. I think it's a cool, like, intro into how South Park joins into Fortnite, right? It's pretty cool. So yeah, if you like it, that's what it is, right? They all have like robot-looking things, and Cartman lands all there. Stick of truth. It's cool, right? Yeah. Anyways, that is now inside Fortnite. All right. Oh. See, I adjusted to make it so that it fits full screen, but then I gotta adjust it again. There. All right. Yeah. So yesterday we were coming up with all kinds of ideas, right? We have ideas for skills, weapons, items, some enemies, where we were talking about a skill tree and the morning toots. Gotta get them out. Gotta get it out. Don't want to explode if you don't. We're going to add in both. It'll have keyboard and controller support. So you need to have that. Yeah. All kinds of cool stuff, right? Hi, Soph. What's up? All right. I need... Oh, hold on. That looks weird. Let me flip her camera. Oh, where is your camera? Doggo. You're the doggo camera. There you are. All right, so we're going to flip it. And Term, thank you for the Sophie treat. There. All right. Here we are. Sophie treat. She appreciates it. She does. She loves her treats. Right? Has anybody played any cool games over the weekend so far? I sort of played some games yesterday. I know you worked. Yeah. I mean, I streamed yesterday morning, and then worked on this just a little bit. Gamed and did some other things. I was playing solo leveling. But that's about it. Yeah, Term, you weren't. Easy, not you. You've been focused on your game this weekend. Nice. So what type of game is it? it's always hard, right? Trying to get in game dev time. And then last night we went out. We were at a friend's house for some gaming, but like tabletop stuff. 2D Metroidvania pixel art. Nice. All right. Why don't we drop over there and let me fix the screen over here. All right, we'll do this. Why is that so crazy? Crazy. All right, let's fix that. Let's just leave it like that. So one of the things I did do yesterday was I included 2 sort of like engine libraries into the game. I brought in one called GM Rune Loader by Gleb. So that has now been imported into the project. And what it's going to kind of do is allow rooms to be connected easier. So once we start making rooms, we'll be able to start to use this a lot more. But it's now been imported in. And then the other one is the talent skill tree by Brent Brother. So we have both those now put in. All right, and I think our idea is we're going to make a bigger map. I don't know. How big do we want this map? I don't think it needs to be like a 2000 by 2000. That seems kind of crazy, like supersized. Maybe let's just start it at like 1200 by 1200, right? Nice. I like when people do rocket. I saw yours rocket. Let me check something here. Where do we have this? Sound alerts, avatar. Where's my avatar thing? Did he come back? Yeah, he's right there. He's on the parachute. Cyberpunk. All right. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it should be coming back, right? Do we want to? That should be good. Yeah, because like when you do rocket, it looks like that. Who knows? But he came back. I saw him. If you want a different character, there's a channel point called random avatar, and you can change it so that way you can be able to identify yours a little easier. Although when you chat, your name appears on top of it. All right, let's turn off the walls. Let's go back to... Where do I so is this no oh, it is that one. Oh, it's this. All right. Let's fix that. So it's locked. Let's unlock it. We're going to make this a little bigger here. It kind of gives it like the edge. This isn't going to be what we use in the final, but it'll help us determine like where the edge is for this. Of course, now we gotta fix this as well. So if we move these apart, put one down here. This is setting our border. There. So, easy, if you're still there, do you have anything you like an itch page or anything for your game that talks about it or shows it? If you do, you're welcome to post it. Okay. I just confused myself for a moment because I looked at my stream and I'm on the other side of my screen now. I was like, oh, for this project, I didn't do it yesterday. I should have, but for this, I think we flipped things around a little bit. I think we need that moved up. Perfect. All right, so we're going to try running it. I don't think I have any errors right now. All right, so that's all we got. We don't have a camera or anything that moves yet, so we need to try to get that to work. We need to follow the player. And I feel like the camera is a little small at 640 by 360. What is a good resolution for the camera size? If we do 800 by 600, that might be all right. Okay, now let's play it. Oh, what you're not going to be able to all right. Oh no, there it is. It did pop up. All right, so that's kind of what we got so far. We have our little robot in here. With a little cannon. That's kind of where we're at. We made the room bigger. Right? So you're able to come down here. Zoom up to there. Yeah. I think that works pretty good. Now, I don't remember. I'll have to look it up. What to do with the camera to make it so that you stay in the middle of the camera, right? Because I thought I had my camera system in here. Yeah, system camera. So this should be the camera to it. Now the problem is it not opening the INI file? And maybe that could be. So I guess what we need to do is here. Let's put this in the game for right now. Yeah, all right. So that was it. Well. All right. What is the room order here? GameMaker, can you just stay one size for me, please? Thanks. All right. If we have he's running around, we're gonna make a couple objects. Let's do some sprites. We'll call it like enemy 1, right? If we're in the game and we bring this in, what does it look like size-wise to the player? And that's roughly how big some of the enemies are going to be. Let's make it a square. Let's just fill it. There. I think that'll be okay, right? That's 32 pixels by 32. So that'll be good enemy size to player. not going to worry about like making sprites yet, like good sprites. So I'm not going to open up a sprite yet. But we do want to make probably a couple of these, right? So now we're going to open up this one. And we'll make this a different color. We'll do the same thing with this. That way, we'll be able to have like 4 test enemies inside some stuff here, right? All right. Now, if I put this in the game, I think I have a problem with the enemy because I took out a lot of his. Oh no, he's working. All right, so this enemy doesn't fire or do anything. It just comes at you, right? If he makes contact with you, though, then you have a problem. All right, so what do we want to do? We want, this is the enemy. Let's make a copy of this. So this is enemy there, and we're going to give it a sprite of about red. Right? So the way we're going to test this and start building with things is we're going to have like different objects out here that'll be eventually they'll do different things. Then once we have the enemy created the way we want, we'll go back in and make like spawners, essentially the level spawn. So when you go into the room, it will spawn in the enemies. And you're always going to start normally on a side, depending where it is. So now, like, I have 2 enemies chasing me, right? Kelvar, good morning. How are you doing on this wonderful Sunday morning? Is it cold where you are? It's cold here. It's like 20 degrees out. So, layer, get ID, we're in bodies, which is this. When it dies, it creates a sprite. That's this. Enemy dead. I think we're just going to take, say none right now. And I heard the toot. It's 42 Asana. I don't know where you live. Are you in Celsius or Fahrenheit? So, it's 20. Oh, all right. Yeah, it's like 20 degrees here. All right, so now we'll start it. Perfect. Let's make a couple more of these, right? On enemy 2, we're going to do green. And the idea is once we're going to make parents for all this stuff, but purple and orange. All right. You live halfway between Philly and New York City. Nice. Do you go into New York City at all? A lot? Or not at all? I've only ever been to New York City, like inside New York City once. It was years ago. I liked it. It was nice. Definitely different than most places. There. Now, not lately. Your best man lives in New York City. Nice. All right. Let's make it so this doesn't do that anymore as well. All right, let's make a parent enemy so that we can start trying to put some of the code into it. And they basically just are the same set of code, right? And that'll give us a basis to go off of. I always name my parent objects as like PAR, then the name of it. And so we need a create event, a step event, and a draw event. Next, we're just going to take this code, place it in here. Right? I probably should have done that first, but that's okay. We'll go to each individual one here. Oh, wait. That's not a draw. Pay attention. And that is a collision with bullet. Collision game. Props bullet. Yeah, when I was there, I stayed over in, was it Queens? No, yeah, Queens, or was it Long Island? I don't remember. And then learned the subway. Went into Manhattan, and when I was there, it was for my friend's wedding. But it was neat. Of course, this was years ago, and I remember, like, my phone died, and I was trying to get a charger, and it sucked. You don't call parent classes anything special if they can be instantaneous. You do put base at the end of an abstract base class. Gotcha. I don't really know what the base is, but I don't know. For me, I just put like parent, like PAR in front of it, and I heard a hello there. Goddess of encouragement, welcome in. Hello there. I did hear it. Okay, I will leave the drawing. We'll probably need it. So now we just need to come through here and tell these things they have a parent, right? Parent enemy. Good morning, in chat fam. Welcome to my little stream world. We are making a video game. And today is day 2 of a 3-month project where we are making a top-down shooter. An encouragement, I hope your Sunday morning is going well. Is it morning where you are? I don't know where you are, so. All right, let's delete that. We'll delete these. I think the easiest thing to do is we're going to delete all this. Parent, enemy. It is indeed morning. Yes. Nice. So an abstract class is one you declare that you have to tell the system that you should never create an instance of directly. Okay. It's there to spin off child classes. I gotcha. Okay. All right, we're going to delete those objects real quick. And we're going to make some new ones. So now that we have this set, it's over here connected to the parent. And let's give it a new look. Let's do red. Then how about green? Then we'll give this one a new look. And we'll do purple and then like an orange-ish look on the next one. There. And now in the game, we can put these guys back out, right? So we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4. There. Yeah, hilarious. Got it. Is this the one Starfish Nebula was talking about being in? The game? No. Would you like to see that one? So, this... This is my GX browser. Hold on. All right. Inside here, on my itch page, right? So if you go to my itch page, that's this. You can scroll through it and see all the different games that I've developed over the course of 2 years now. So each one of these is a different game. This one, the RPG, is the one that Starfish and a whole bunch of others are inside, right? So when you run it, because you can play it right there in the browser, this is it, right? Let's see. We got Lazy Weekend. Starfish is right here. She's walking around. And we have Panuch, Brewer the Barkeep, Zora the Soulflower, Seraphia, Captain O. And when you go outside, we have Homeless. So Homeless Meat's in here. There's Silver Eclipse. Kelvar is in here. Kelvar the Wise. There's Panuch again. He's walking around. Brent the Information Broker. There's Jeep and Annie. And there's Starfish again. And of course, the best part is we have Sophie in here, right? Which you can pet. And it says, "Good Sophie, here's a treat," and shows a little heart. That is all the NPCs inside this little like RPG game. And this is the one she's inside, right? So she's here wandering around inside the pub. Yep. Love it. Thank you for taking the time. Sure. And like I said, it is free to play. You can go directly to it by clicking this link. You could just play it in the browser. It's got some stuff here, a couple like commands on what to do, but it's only a 3-month RPG, so it's got 3 quests, three biomes, a bunch of NPCs you can interact with, talking to the bar, keeping like one other person. There's a store so you can buy and sell things. So it's got all kinds of cool stuff. But we finished that project on Monday, and this past Monday. So now we're on to a new one, and this is like a top-down shooter. If you've never played a top-down shooter, it's basically a shoot-'em-up game survival, right? So this is you. Oh. Well, hold on. Now that should work. There we go. All right. So you are whatever, right? So right now you're just like this little robot. Oh, it's not showing up. There it is. You're like, right now you're this little person, robot. And you have to avoid all the enemies. And then the idea is when you complete the level, so getting rid of it, you'll be able to come up and have a choice of which direction you want to go. There'll be couple doors that you're going to be able to go out. And that is looks like this. It's going to be like a Connect 4 design. So as you progress, each one of these will have like a door up or out or down, and you'll be able to navigate through the maze of rooms. I do want the camera, and I got to remember what I need to do. I want the camera to sit solid on this, but I think I need to identify the room loader a little better, because like it's loading the game. It is. But the question is it officially coming here before it goes anywhere else? What do I have in this? I think we'll take this out for right now. We'll just deal with camera and game manager. So, oh, okay. This helps with when the enemy dies. But let's see if it needs it right now. Oops. It does. It does. All right, let's put it back. So I use an initialization room, right? So it's a room you initially go into that initializes different controls for the game. Then it auto moves into the game itself, like the game room. And all this code here is from Gleb's room loader. So I'm not entirely sure. I have to sit and read it a little bit because he's got notes on all kinds of stuff. Gleb created this, and this is what he's calling like a room loader. It helps. It's this to initialize and open up rooms that work easier together. So, like it smooth flowing between them. All right. So, what else are we doing here? Well, I'm trying to think of stuff. What is everybody doing today? What else do I have? Today, I have a meetup with the local game dev guild, so I'll be going to that for lunch. It's like 12 to 2. And it's always a fun time. Gets you out, gets to do some stuff, right? You get to see some other people's games for a little bit. I'll be showcasing the RPG one there. And we hold it at a place that is a retro game store, right? So you go in, it's kind of like an arcade, but for computer games. You go there, you can play computer games of all different ages, and they have a room that is built that looks like something out of the 80s. And they have one of those giant CRT, like computers, or not the computer, giant TVs, right, in the wood frame box. And then they have like all the original consoles on it. So it's cool. Oh, I don't understand this part, but room, go to. This should be telling it right here which room we're going to. Letter B, initialize. All right, what else what do I want to start with? Where are my notes? So let's make it so we start slowly putting these together. We talked about a currency, right? Which is going to drop when the enemies kind of drop, like so when they die. So we need like an essence stone or something. Okay, we'll just call it. How about, well, since I'm saying it, essence stone. And then in here, we'll make it green. Oh, that's what that's for. All right. There. I don't even know what type of shape that is. Oh, it's my nose itch. But that's what we're going to do, right? So we're going to also make a little object for it. We'll have a create event. We'll have a little step event and a draw event. So we got to tell it draw self. And we'll give it the sprite. Is there. Now, in the parent enemy here, let's clean up some of this old code. Instance create depth. This is X, Y, a depth of like negative 500, and the object essence stone, right? Also, I see that ads are going to go off in about a minute here. I don't need to be right back on this one. So we'll probably just play a little bit of chess. Maybe do like the chess puzzle, because I like chess puzzles. I don't use semicolons at the end of lines, so I need to always make sure I go back in there and kind of fix that up. All right, we're gonna run it real quick, but like I said, ads are about to go off. There. All right, so we have our player running around. We have some enemies, and we have these little essence stones, right? So these are going to be things you need to pick up. But let's get chess going. There. All right, like I said, ads, I don't know. They're always delayed. I don't know why, but they are. So, as soon as they start, we'll do a chess puzzle here. Oh, there they go. All right. If you like chess puzzles, feel free, and if you're not in ads or any of that stuff, feel free to help, so we can try to solve this, right? So you have a checkmating idea. Can I find it? All right, what am I? I'm on black. The way this is set up with the black king protecting these 3 spots, there's only one other move you can do, is go here, and it'll put the white into check. So now we're black. Bot is white. We want a checkmate out of this. There's a couple things that I think could happen, but I really feel kind of like the best one is going to be we move our queen to here. Which will not... Oh, yeah, so it checkmates it, because I was thinking this spot, but the knight is protecting it. All right, so it's flipped. We are now white, and we have a checkmate that we need to get done. So... I think what we'll do is we're going to take the queen, and we're going to put the queen here, right, on E7. Now, what that's going to do is make the king move to here. It'll bring then, well, either that, yeah, it'll move the king to here. We'll have to move up. We'll lose the queen because they will take it with its rook, but our rook will come up here and take it, and then it'll be a checkmate. So we'll do that. The king moves. We have to move our queen up 1. It'll get taken, and like that. And we are back. All right, no more chess. One of the things that I noticed right before the ads, right? We need our player I'm going to close that. I don't need my macros open. All right, hold on. Where? There we go. I definitely want the depth equals negative V-Box bottom put in. There. This is our speed. All right. Let's run it. Let's pick something we need to work on, which is a lot, but I mean, like, we should probably do, like, I don't know, a pickup. So in player, let's make a you can tell some of this is definitely like my old code. I took this. This was originally a Game Jam game called Droid Shooter. I was like, well, it always was meant to expand upon and become something better, and which is what we're doing. Do we want it to be called Essence Stone? Right. We're going to need to do a pickup. But we're going to start with it, right? So we'll start with 10 like Essence Stones. We'll go around. We need to be able to pick up the other ones. Yeah. And we have our move speed. Okay. And it should be good. Let's run it again. Jeepin, good morning. You are, in fact, up and up. You are, yes. You didn't quite make the 7 like 31, but you know, you're pretty close. You're pretty close. We are just starting to make the new game, right? So we have a player, we have a couple little enemies running around, and then we just made it so that they drop essentially like an essence stone. You think you had too much last night? Probably. We were at some friend's house last night playing games. We were doing like hanging out and like playing Magic and that kind of stuff. Fun stuff, right? But there may have been a few drinks and some Jello shots all mixed together. Like having them, not mixed, but. All right. I guess we should think about. Yeah, had fun though. Yeah. Do we want some sort of UI in this, like a user interface? I don't know. Or do we just not have anything, and when it occurs, then we'll have stuff? All right, let's see. Let's take out player and the gun for a moment. Let's place this player. I want to see if this works. No. Oh, it doesn't have the point direction. Okay. We're going to make this. Oops. What was that in? What's this parent enemy? It's right here. So I need to make this OBJ player. No, run away, run away. All right. Slowly it works. Slowly it works. Move speed is like 4. So this way we have two different types. Oops. Two different types of enemies, or I mean of players, right? And this one has different directions. Am I scaling it? No, I mean, it should be about the same size. Y input. Moving collide. I don't see a scale, but that's all right. For now, let's look at this, right? So when we left click, we're doing this. If I copy this and put it into this one. Will it work? I guess guess we'll find out. No. Easy perp monkey typing test. All right. If you've never seen a monkey typing test, I haven't done this in a while, right? So, monkey type. You didn't know what to expect? It's not a monkey doing typing. I'm the monkey that gets to do a typing test. Right? But, let's do this. Let's find... Here. Okay. So the idea behind this is monkey type. And if anybody else wants to mess around and do stuff, that's the link for it, right? Once you start it, you have a time, and we're going to do for 30 seconds, and then it'll identify how fast you're typing per minute, like words per minute. I haven't done this in a while, so. Let's see how I do this morning, right? And as soon as you start, it'll start keeping track, right? Oh, yeah, I know. That was bad. All right, so I did like oops, let me get the notepad out of the way. I did 66 words per minute on that one. Let's try it again. All right, 66 with a 91% accuracy. Well, that's not going very well. All right, I think I got worse. All right, we're going to try it again. All right, that one's a little better, right? So I got 72 words per minute with a 96% accuracy. And David, welcome in. How you doing this morning? We're doing some monkey type. It was a channel point redeem, and it's not a monkey sitting there typing. I'm the monkey that gets to sit here and type stuff, but so not as exciting as most people think. But that's it, right? Yep. It's fun. There's other typing ones that people get to do and challenge. This one's kind of random, like when it creates the words for you. So there's no like trying to pre-guess like what the sentence is, right? I range, if I'm really going at it, I'm usually between like 70 to 85. Monkeys don't have 3 fingers. All right. Well, I feel better now knowing that, so we're good. But yeah, it's kind of fun, right? I like some of this stuff. All right, that one's a little better. 75 words per minute at an accuracy of 98%. A little better, right? And like I said, I think I put the link in chat. If anybody wants to go and play and test it out and see where they are, that's where, like, the link you go to. So that isn't bad, right? And if I'm really going in, like, I know what the words are, so like if I'm doing writing documents or anything like that for work, then I go a little faster, right? But it's kind of it. I'm pretty close. 98%. I was pretty close on that one. Sometimes the problem is if you're looking at it and you see the letters, it'll jumble you up. You almost just have to see the word and start typing, right? You're hoping to be at 1 word per day soon. Excellent. And thank you for the celebration there. All right, we don't need that. I don't need that. You believe in me? Nice. Oh, it does need the value. All right, so I'm messing around. I put in a different character in here. We'll give it a gun, right? He needs a gun. Let's see if they stick together. And no. So we're going to change this all up. This needs to be object player. There we go. All right, now let's try it again. All right, I got 1 shot. Why did the rest stop? Well, good question. down here. Put that in. I think that may reset it, right? And let's see. We have all these at the bottom. Let's make the snap point in the middle. There we go. All right. Come on, OBS. This is kind of going to be how I think we're going to have most of the other weapons, right? So it'll look like this. They'll just be weapon like 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that'll be it, right? It's going to be its location. Let's make this one a plus 4. 3. Plus 3. And I don't know, that seemed a little big. Let's look at this again. 800 by 600. I mean, that's... I guess it's all right. Now, let's run it again. And the idea is we're going to have like 4 weapons, right? Let's try connecting it 10 over. I want it slightly off the player. Well, let's get in there. Not quite. Does the weapon auto aim based on you facing? How does it work? Well, currently, it's not doing that. That's for sure. Let me find my sprite real quick. So that's where this connects. Okay. All right. The way it works is it's based on your mouse, right? So if I'm moving the mouse around, you'll see like it can just spin, and it only aims where I click. So it's not really like auto aiming at all. I don't know why this still won't. Let's go back to plus. Oh, wait. That was silly. Okay, we don't want that one. We want the other one. Now, let's do that first and make it like 15. Siva, welcome in. Hey, you just wanted to say you have mad respect that you actually pulled off the 3-month RPG. Sadly, had not much time to program. I appreciate that. It was tough. It was like just over 300. I think it was like 306 hours. Well, we can check it real fast. I wrote it down on the page. Yeah. So the total time that I spent on the 3 months was 12 days, 18 hours, and 22 minutes. So basically it came down to 306 hours that I was able to put into the game on top of working like a normal job, right? It was a lot. So I appreciate it. And don't worry. I mean, like, sometimes I don't get that amount, and it is what it is. And you just find little time throughout the day or every other day or something to, you know, put in an hour here and an hour there. You know, any progress is good progress with it, right? Yeah, it is. Like, it's pretty close. So it's 100 hours per month. And so it's almost like a full-time. It's like part-time, right? Because if you're doing 44, that's 60. So about 100 hours a month. It's like adding like a part-time job on top of a job and still being able to do other things. So it's a lot. It is a lot. And Kelvar, I think I missed your question. If you don't shoot, got it. Is the aim following the mouse? Yes. So if we just put the mouse... Here, let me get rid of these guys. Right? All right. We'll put the mouse here in this little block. And as you go around it, you can see the gun is always pointing at the cursor. So if I move it, see? Yeah. And that's currently how I have it. This is if we go back to my other games here, this was one of my first game jams that I attempted, and it was called Droid Shooter, right? Always wanted to go back and revamp it and make it into a full bigger game, and that's what we're doing for 3 months. So the concept then was still making it. That's why, like, I already have a little bit with it, right? So we're gonna make this into just a better game. I don't know what we're gonna call it though. So right now it's just called Eagle Eye. Yeah, setting it on a controller, I'm sure will be fun. I don't know how we'll do it, whether or not maybe we have to have like a little point, and that is what you're moving, but the point sits, I don't know, out here away from the gun, right? I'm not sure. You know, I've never really done a controller support on any of my games. So it's going to be fun to try to figure it out for here. Right? Because, you know, if you have a controller, right, and you have 2 joysticks on it, one is going to be your WASD, right? That's your character movement. The other one, we need to make it so that it'll move this, and maybe instead of it being like a mouse, it has an invisible point that is out in front of it, And so when you're moving it, that's what you're moving, right? For a controller, you need a virtual pointer cursor, so the delta of moving the right stick controls the pointer. Makes sense. Yeah. All right, we did this. This is coming off the X and Y, but this is the player X and Y. And I really think it needs to be farther down the gun, but we're not worrying about that right now. Easier to say than program. Yeah, I have never done this as in GameMaker. I've never made a controller support. So it will be fun to try to figure it out. And I don't know. Oh, does what's it? Juju Adams? Do they have a? Let's go to their GitHub. And okay, dog, welcome in. There we go. Input. So Juju Adams has one already here. What is the dashboard with all my games? Jacob, what dashboard? You mean like this? Like this page, you mean? Yeah. Oh, this is called Itch. Itch is a site where people can come and put games and do different things. And you are able to have your own page. And so on there, like I have this, which is just a list of all my games put together. Right? If you just go to like itch.io, you can see other people that are making games, other people's pages. You can have assets, popular tags. You can look for all kinds of stuff. It's just a game hosting site or asset creating everything, right? They also do all the game jams. So Itch is real popular with all the game jams. These are all the ones that are currently going on right now. There is a lot. And you can foresee, you'd be like, oh, you know, I want to join, like, I don't know, this game jam. You know, because you can always see like a Pixel Game Award, that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's cool. You know, so like if I go to like my page, because here you'll see some of the newer stuff, right? But if I go to my page, I have a little bit of like info on it, and then I have it set up for the games to be at the bottom, but you can also put them down the side. So there's a couple different ways to have it. Right now, they're all down here. And they kind of go in order, roughly, of me working on it. So the newest one is the RPG right here. And if you make a game or make anything, it's always nice to have the itch page, right? So, I don't know, if you wanted to do something, right, you can put it up onto the itch page and show it as a demo, make it your official game. You can sell it on itch. You can set it up for donations. If you just want to get the idea of what you're working on out there for people to see, it's a nice place for people to go. Like I said, my newest game, the RPG, just has a little bit of blurb about it, some commands, controls for it, that kind of stuff. And you can play it right here in the browser. So it's a nice little page for it. All right. So Juju Adams does have a controller support input, and that might help. It'll already be a packaged library to put into GameMaker for controllers. And if you don't know Juju Adams, he does like really good work. Has worked on some major stuff, right? These are all the games that he's worked on. And has come up with all these like plugins, essentially, for GameMaker. Lighting, Scribble, which is for text. Narrative scripting tool called Chatterbox. That probably would have been... I didn't use it, but that would have been neat for the RPG to work on. So, all kinds of cool stuff, right? A DB simple save database. Yeah. All right. As of now, this is kind of where we stand with stuff, right? So we're a little character running around. You have enemies that are coming at you. And we've added these little green things that drop, right? So those are essentially like, we're calling them essence stones, but it's your currency. Let's see. Kelvar, yeah, sure, someone has done a twin shooter before. You tried writing your own handler and was having a blast. Nice. Because it's a 3-month. If I can use Juju stuff as like input it so that it already has it, and we'll probably have to make it work for the program. That might help. And the idea is, okay, so you're going to have these essence stones, right? This is the rough outline for the game that we did yesterday. And the idea is there's going to be like a cost to it. You're going to be able to purchase like items for you as a player to use, right? Be it a bomb, a turret, whatever. So there'll be that kind of stuff that you can purchase. I should probably fix that. It's off a little bit. So when we're pressing this... Let's do... O-gun. And O-gun. Alright. Let's see if that works. It's a little better. And based upon, because you're going to be able to have up to like, I think we're going to make it so there's either 4, I don't know. Is it, we have not decided, right? So like if we're here, how many weapons you get to hold at once? Is it just going to be 1? Or are we going to make it so that you have like 2? I was thinking maybe up to somewhere up to 4, right? I think that would be fun because then you could have like different ones that do different things. So and they would all point in the same direction. Or they could be independent, right? You can make a weapon that is like auto-controlled. So if you have an enemy that comes nearby within a radius, it will automatically target that enemy, and you don't have to worry about it. And that's the other thing, too. Maybe they all do that, right? Maybe they just all auto-target, and you just have to worry about running around and placing items, right? So that is an idea too. And then we don't have to worry about it being a twin stick shooter, right? It'll be a single one, and all you got to do is move and place items. That might actually be pretty good, now that I think about it. Vampire Survivors and games of that genre auto-target. Okay. Well, then auto-targeting is probably what we're going to try to do, right? Because that will help with the twin stick shooter idea. Get rid of it. And these little weird shaped things here are going to be like the little essence stones. And that is what you're going to run over to pick up. All right, so right now we have it looking for the mouse, right? What if we change some of that? Direction, gun, image angle. Yeah, you just run around and survive. I think that is the direction we'll go, right? Because then, like, all you have to worry about, like, all right, so you have a controller, right? And all you got to worry about is controlling your direction, and then A, B, X and Y for dropping an item. You can use ones to drop it. Maybe use one, have a button to use an item. That kind of stuff, like special ability too. Yeah. All right. That's what we're going to do. on here, we're going to exit it out. You can't see it, right? But, so, aim. So we're just going to do direction and items. There, we'll save it. Reload it. There we go. All right. Now we have it. So here's our controller support. We have direction and the other, and we're not using the second joystick. We're going to use just items. And then, fire should be auto. There we go. Okay. So now, how do I get this? If we want it, so we're not going to use left mouse anymore. This needs to be auto firing. Brewer, welcome in. How is your Sunday? We are on the new game. We're working on our top-down shooter. And this is what we got so far. You just got out of bed? Excellent. That's it. This is where we're at, right? What I think we're going to be doing is we've changed the direction just a little bit, right? So it's not going to be controlled by the mouse anymore for the firing in the guns, right? It's going to be auto controlled, meaning like it will look for an enemy. And based on the parameters of what it's looking for, it will shoot automatically. So you don't have to worry about it, because that way when we switch over to the controller, it's only going to be the left joystick. So you're just worrying about the movement. So you're just trying to avoid, right? And then you'll worry about items. Placing an item like a turret or something, using an item, and that's it. So that will eliminate the need to try to figure out a 2-stick system and just make it one. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, right? A different take on a top-down shooter? Yeah, I think so. No need to be exactly identical like the others, right? So it'll be automatic, and all you're going to be doing is basically running around surviving. Or clicking. What's the clicking? Hi, Jeepin. She's over there clicking things. We had a good time last night. So we were over at some friends playing games. Like we played Magic. Well, 2 of us played Magic the Gathering. Our wives were not. They were gabbing. And but there may have been a few drinks and some Jello shot stuff last night, so little groggy this morning. But anyways, this I think is going to be a good idea, right? So all you have to do is avoid the enemies, and the gun will auto shoot. Right? So here, you know, enemies come, right? So all you're going to be doing is trying to get away from them. Yeah. I think that'll be good. And like I said, these little green things that it drops, we added this a little about an hour ago. They are essence, what I'm calling essence stones. It's really just the currency of the game. You collect them, then you're going to be able to buy your items, and maybe even the weapon upgrade, right? Yeah, I think that'd be good. Do I have what was it called? The easy skill tree. There we go. So I've installed this, right? Easy skill tree. It's a engine for GameMaker. It's made by Brent. And it helps like a lot, right? So you're able to design your skill tree stuff. Yeah, and this is kind of it, right? So you have like little things that pop out, and you're going to be able to get them. And one, it'll help with currency. Two, it's going to give you like XP, so you're increasing like every enemy that you kill, right? But then here, you'll be able to come through and say, okay, I don't know, you have like 3 points, right? So a point there, like a point here, like, oh, I want this. So that's kind of what we're going to use. And I think it'd be good. I think that'd be a fun thing to do for it. I've also included GM Room Loader by Gleb. And because this is going to have multiple rooms to it. And the idea is it's going to look like a Connect 4 place, right? So you'll start, I don't know, bottom corner. But then you'll be able to go either up or to the right. And then based upon where you are, you'll be able to go in a couple different directions as you work through to get out of the dungeon trap wherever you are. Right? Kelvar, vampire survivor like games auto fire as well. Actually, they fire consistently. Not sure if you want that exactly. Well, it's going to auto fire, and I don't want it to consistent, like just spam it. Well, maybe there might be a gun that does it or a weapon that does it, but I think it'll be parameters like, oh, enemy is so close within a range, then it will auto like fire at it. And we're going to have like crazy little items, right? So we were talking yesterday, you know, we're going to have like bows, crossbow type stuff, bazookas, handgun, tasers, slingshot, spitballs, tennis clubs, toilet plungers, that type of stuff. Fun stuff. Also, ads are about to go off. When this goes off, I do need to take a be right back. I have a little bird that needs uncovered. It is time. I hear her making little comments. So as soon as the ad break starts here, like I said, I'm going to take a quick be right back. Now's a good time to get up, stretch, get some coffee, whatever you need to do. I'm going to grab some more myself, and then we'll get back to it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start the be right back. Like I said, ads are about to go off. They're delayed a little bit. I'm not real happy with that. It says they're going to go off, and then it takes like up to a minute for them to actually start. But there they are. All right. I will see everybody soon. Hang tight. I'm back. Yeah, and so I started the Be Right Back, and then I realized, oh, my little Be Right Back camera cover was in the wrong place because I moved my camera this morning. All right, what do we got? Okay, dog, you never thought you enjoy making tile sets as much as you've grown to. Pixel art is definitely your thing. Nice. Making sprites to use for small raider outposts. Nice. So, I look for tile sets a lot because that tends to be what I use, right? That's a big thing. Especially on itch, there's lots of people with assets. And tile art is definitely one that I particularly look for. So that's cool you're getting into it. And I'm sure a lot of other devs that use tiles are also always looking for stuff. But yeah, I throw myself off all the time now with this because, like, looking at my stream, because I moved my camera, right? So I moved the camera to the other side, and the dog cam's on one side, and I'm like, oh. It confuses me. I'm like, why does it look different? I'm like, oh, yeah. Let's move that just a little bit. But we do this. There we go. So, okay, dog, have you, once you start making a bunch of that stuff, if you want to put together an itch page, showcasing some of it, you're welcome to come on and link your itch page or whatever so that people can see it. Right. Where were we? Oh, yeah. We were talking about making it so that you've been thinking about it. I mean, like, honestly, it'd be great, right? Even if you're just interested in doing it, you can just make, like, your page, but then make a page inside your page, right? So, like, this is my, like, home page. But then here, I can showcase all the other, like, work that I've done. So whether it's games or, like, the Twitch avatar app, which is what you see running around the bottom of my thing here. And so then, you know, it's a good way just for people to get to see that you're doing stuff. You're playing the RPG now. You're just finished killing the rats. Nice. It's not bad, easy for a 3-month project. I don't think so. Like, I think it turned out pretty good. We declared it as success as a project, and the idea is for now, for the next 3 months, we're going to do this top-down shooter. But then, then we are going to return to the RPG, which is currently still the best title for it, called just the RPG. And we're going to spend 6 months on it, right? So we're going to take the game, spend 6 months. We're going to increase it in the number of biomes, quests, interactivity with the NPCs. And we're going to see what I can do in 6 months with it from that point. So where it is left off right now for 6 more months, right? So I figure if I put in 306 hours into the game in just 3 months, I'll be adding an additional almost 600 hours on the game. So I think it'll really make it shine and maybe have something worth marketing at that point. Dang, Homeless. Your 183 bajillion quadrillion place, right? And Sophie treat. Come here, girl. Sit. Oh, we need to flip your camera around, Sophie. But that's all right. Yeah, that number. That's okay. It's all right, homeless. You're getting a little slow in the old age. I know. I know. All right. So I think... Oh, you said you were... Did you already do it? Okay. Oh, yeah, you did. See, that's cool stuff. All right. We are... What's the best way to do this? I'm going to show it. All right. We'll turn that off. Turn this on. We're going to drag this down here. There. This is the tile set you're working on. This is really good, right? This is day 11 of your project. This is awesome. I like the stone walls. The little sewer grate. The, like, entrance. Yeah, see, that's cool. Like the different mud layouts, the grass. There. And then you have a picture of what it looks like individually, right? Yeah, like a colony. What are you calling it? A colony builder? Yeah. RPG colony builder. This is cool. You definitely have a future in tile set designs, right? So good stuff there. Good stuff. Yeah, see, already. You figured out how to start the game. Nice. Yeah, I like tile set stuff. And, like, the RPG game that I used has, I want to say 12 different biomes that are tile sets. And so that is what we're going to be using. And so that's exactly what people look for, is multiple, like, biomes, styles, the ability to customize it any way they want. So the more stuff you have into it, the more enticing it is with it. And I think that's a really good path for you to get into. So good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So we all right, let me make some notes here. We've identified that we want, where am I putting this? Right here. Single movement control, right? So we want it to either be WASD or left joystick, right? Weapons, auto target and fire. So you might want to do the same, but you want to make a small playable area, 2 towns and 2 outposts and 2 bunkers for now. Sure. It'd be a good way to showcase your tile set by making a small little game with it. That's a good thing too. I see Jeepin. Hi, Jeepin. All right. Oh, I was doing notes. So, single movement control. We decided we're gonna just stick to WASD or left joystick for movement. No right joystick or mouse for firing or controlling the weapons. Right. We came up with the idea that it should be auto moving, right? So it should auto target the enemies, and if the enemy is close within a certain range, it should just start firing at it, right? I think that is a good way to progress. So we have weapons, auto target, and fire when enemy is in range. Now, if it's a melee weapon, obviously it's not going to fire anything, but it will attack, like swing, right? So we'll just have it doing its little attack animation when the enemy, let's say it's this green thing, gets within a radius of it, right? A smaller radius. And I think that'll be a good way to go. And so let's do melee. Weapons. Animate and swing when enemy is in range. There. You would like this, Jeepin. So okay, dog in chat. Down in the show and tell in the game development area of the Discord, put in some pictures of a tile set that they're working on, which is kind of neat. Yeah, I like it. I like tile sets. I like stuff that you can make with the game and place it, because that's what I use a lot. So, okay. Jibin, you are halfway awake and alive. All right. Well, I mean, at least you're halfway there. It's a good start. And Calvar, aren't you planning to simply extend this game or start a new one? What for this? This is what I mean. Like, we're basically starting a new one, right? All we kind of ported in was the player with the single weapon movement and some graphics. So, like the map, right? That's kind of it. It's basically taking the original droid shooter game from a 48-hour game jam and moving forward with it. I don't have the menu stuff. I didn't want it. Well, I kind of did. I didn't load the old one. I just started a new project and brought like the player and the enemy and the gun over, right? Welcome in, Dave. Is there a itch link? Yeah. So let me switch back here. There it is. That is directly to the RPG game. And also listed in my About section is the regular itch link. And that'll just take you to the homepage where you can see everything. But you can also just click, like if you're here, you can just click View All. And that'll take you straight to it. So it's kind of partly that way, Calvar, right? I loaded only, like I made a local file, right, of the player and the enemy and the graphics. But there's no menu on either end for start or lose. But yeah, it's basically just taking in my first game jam, and we're saying now we're really going to make this into like a big top-down shooter, right? It's not going to have the same name. It's just right now its code name is just Eagle Eye. Yeah. Okay, dog. Jeepin, thank you. And you're going to be looking for a bit. I'm going to play with your toddler. Excellent. I appreciate the lurk. And then, like I said, after this, we're going to revisit the RPG game. And we're going to spend 6 months on. But this should be good, right? Like I said, we're going to make it so that this auto targets and not relies on the mouse anymore. And this character, right? So, Calvard, this guy, I brought in from, it was my original player, my, avatar, right? So the original player in the RPG game was the pumpkin guy. I took it out, but then I put it into this game. You're in the cave right now killing skeletons. It feels great one-shotting things. Excellent. Down with the skeletons, right? It's always a good thing. Yeah, so I brought in a couple little assets, right? Basically, we are making a new version to the droid shooter, although it's going to be, right now it's just called Eagle Eye, and going forward. So it has like the gun in it, it has some sounds, the fonts I've already made, and a little bit of some graphics with it. All right. Right? I mean, like, it doesn't hurt to leave it. We don't have this here now. The map is probably going to get redone, right? Because, like, originally I was like, oh, I was making another background, and this was kind of it. And I was like, maybe we could have it look like you're in the grass area versus stone. So options for different rooms. Because like I said, there's going to be a lot of rooms here. I hear a dungeon. Who did that? Homeless, thank you for the dungeon. I will join you on that adventure. And Homeless for a Sophie treat. She's always excited about treats, aren't you? Reverb. Stinkiness, Homeless. Stinkiness. Was that sound for the dungeon loud enough for people? Or is it over, like, how's the music? Is it over being... Is the music too loud compared to the sounds, like the sound alerts?
Hello there.
I don't even think I saw that one play. All right, let me pause the music for a minute. We're going to check some stuff here.
Hello there.
All right. So it is pretty low, right? I can turn these up a little bit. And is the music loud? Like, do you think the music should be turned down a little bit? Easy. That was pretty fun. Just the fact of growing was at a good pace and rewarding. Excellent. I think so, right? So for the fact that it was only a 3-month project, I think it was good. You did get lost in the forest looking for the damn cave. I know. That's okay, though. The music isn't loud. It just matches the volumes of the alert. All right, if I turn the music down just a little bit, because the alerts are kind of maxed out. There. I turned the music down just a little bit and did...
Hello there.
There. So now I can hear it. I think it's loud enough. I think it's good, right? Jeepin broke it. She probably did. There we go. Excellent. But yeah, so the idea, Easy, is we're going to take the game after we do this and spend 6 months with it. It's called job security. I know. Got to keep your job. What the job is, I don't know, but you got to keep it. Like, I don't know. Right? So now... Oh, where's my notepad? There it is. Oh, we're going to need... So we have essence stones. We're going to need, like, XP. Right? Your XP equals... We'll start you at, like, 10. Max XP... We'll start at 10 right now, right? Because we're going to update your max XP. That way, you're going to be able to level up as a player. Events, those are separate. Like a hostage event, we're going to be doing that. Timer on each event room. And we'll have to figure out a total, like how we want to figure the number of enemies spawned into a room. And it should probably be based on your level, right? If you're a high level, you're going to get a bunch of enemies. Yep. All right. Right now we have movement here. We don't have like controller stuff. Well, let me look at Juju's stuff here. So I think we're going to use Juju's input. Comprehensive. Here it's made 2024.13. So that is the newest one. They Juju is keeping up with stuff, which is nice. Yeah. All right. That'll be one that we're gonna do. And maybe vinyl, the live updating, like the modular audio system. That might be a neat one to use too. I didn't use anything like this. Chatterbox in the RPG, I manually did everything, which is fine, but we might use something like that moving forward when we revisit the RPG. You use vinyl? Nice. All right, we're going to grab this. This is the newest one, so grab that. And then we'll open up documentation because I'll probably need it. Yeah, the idea is we're going to also have direction. So it's all going to make it like we're going to have controller base and keyboard support. And I've never done controller, so this will be a good like learning thing for me on how to get that working. We're going to do a commit here before I start moving stuff over. So all right. Hey, Hamster, welcome in. How you doing today? I hope your Sunday is going well. All right, so we're going to add all, and we're going to import. Controller support is fairly easy. Not sure what GameMaker provides. It doesn't provide anything. You have to do it all. All right, hold on. Resolve conflict. I hate this. The following package resource has the same names as existing project resource. Please choose if you want to replace with the imported file or keep the existing project resources. We're going to rename it. Input licensing. People need to have different names for stuff, right? Data files. Well, let's cancel. So it's this, right? Input licenses. License. Wonder if it's the same thing. Like, I wonder if it's just the way the license works. Because I think it goes away once it's in here. It may not need to be brought over. Has anybody used Juju's input? And if so, can you do without that license on it, the license text, if you already have one? Or do you need to rename it? Yeah, I don't know how it works, Calvar, on Unity. GameMaker doesn't have the stuff built in. So, like, when you're doing controller support, you kind of have to, like, code everything. Jiggly Bits Longer, welcome in. How's your Sunday? Input is pretty much the standard for GMS2 games, but there are a ton of features that are not always needed. True. So the question was, if I import it and it has a conflict with the input license text file, because it says there's already one there that exists with that name, can I ignore the text file, or is it required as part of the input? Right? If that made sense. Right? So, like, if I bring this in, we're going to import the asset package. Everything here, this file is the one that is causing the problem. Input licenses text. So I think if we go here and tell it to remove it, we should be okay. Right? We're going to try it. Julie, you built a half-assed input manager class if you want it. It only supports keyboard and mouse, but can easily be extended for controller support. I mean, you're welcome to send me stuff and I can look at it. I think we're going to try inputting this input from Juju for controller support. So we're going to try that now. All right. I guess that was it, right? It imported it. So now, under library stuff, we're going to create a new one and put controller support, move these into it. There. Wait, where did it just go? All right. We have... Did I just put it into the wrong room? I probably did. This is GM Room Loader, Control Support. Oh, now I got to look at it again. The file structure. Let's do this. I want to see the file structure. So we had included file. All right, input was this, and input plugins. Input plugins. That's what I did. There we go. All right, so now, and you can't really see it anyways because it's behind the new camera spot, but we have that done. So now the object is I'm going to have to learn how this works. Because there are always a lot of stuff to it, right? Hamster, you have a series of scripts you found someone put up on the GMS forums. Nice. It's great. You've even added some like Latron release. Okay. I always like it when you find like a series of scripts that help exactly like with what you're trying to do. Kalmar, in Unity, the engine maps controller input to its normal input functions. Godot has a fairly easy way to map controllers to input functions as well. Well, we're not in Unity or Godot. We're in GameMaker. And I don't think it maps as easy like that. I think we literally have to tell it and code it the way we want it. right? Because there's no like, I brought in the plugin, but now we need to figure out how to code it. So, newbie guide. That's what I want. I want a newbie guide. Yeah, so we already, all right. We've already completed step one. We dragged it over. The verb zone. Uh-oh. The verb zone. The verbs are the basic input actions you want to expose to a player. This includes things like jumping, shooting, pausing the game, or moving in a particular direction. I know, R1. By using verbs, we abstract user input so that we can change device while the game is played without needing to change anything else. Is that your stuff, Jiggly? All right, let me put that into my notes here, and we'll check it in a little while. So, by using the verbs, right. So let's define some verbs then. To define default bindings of the verb, you'll need to edit the input config verb script, right? Okay, so input verbs, input left, right, shoot, got it. So we're using enums to define these verbs and then what they do. All right, we've got the input defined verb functions taking the normal key values for the standard GM input features and then the verb we want to assign it to. All right. So gamepad inputs looks like this. Let's go back to our default profiles in input config verbs for a hot second, right? You see this, there is this. Okay, so let's go, what is that? GameMaker manual, let's open that up. Okay, so it has input constants, right? When working with the gamepad, functions input can come from axis buttons, axis buttons, or hats, which GameMaker will assign the following built-in constants. Okay. GP face 1, 2, 4. All right, so these are the top buttons. Gamepad axis constants. This is nice. They've updated this a decent amount. Okay. So now let's see, determining which method, like how we want to go about this, right? Just for the direct inputs, if you want a verb-based system where you can say toggle sprint action can be bound to any key rather than checking the discrete keys. True. All right. So what does okay. This checks if the keypad is connected. right? So if we take it and move this in, this would go into like the step right underneath the controls for the other one. Ideally, on target platforms, you want to enumerate a list of available gamepad slots and then check to see if any devices are detected. Okay. Where you assume you wanted something simple. Yes. Allowing player configurable input mapping is another topic. We're not doing player mapping. I think that's just going to get too complicated. It doesn't need it. We're not going to worry about it, right? It's just going to be solid, like baked-in controls, right? We're not going to make the ability to do player configuration on this. If we ever revisit the game or, whatever in the future, maybe, because that might be nice. But like for this project, it'll just be set controls. All right. So how do we want to go about it? All right, inside here, this is all our input stuff, right? And Sophie treat from Panooch. Welcome in, Panooch. Good morning. Here we are, Sophie. She was looking at me. She was like, do I get more? She tries so hard not to eat the whole thing in like one bite. She tries. It doesn't always work, but she tries. All right, so we've decided, I think we have a couple different options now, right? Jiggly, I'm going to be able to, in a little while, I'll take a look at yours as well for your controller object, for your manager, to see if it's something that will fit in this, which just gives us another option on what we want to do for input, right? And thank you for the follow. But right now we have Juju Adams input library added, right? And we have GameMaker's manual showing us gamepad inputs. So I think that will be good. And we have solidified the fact, I keep switching it, but it is here. We have solidified the fact that we're going to use just the D-pad here, right? So just the D-pad, well, not the D-pad, but the left joystick. So we're going to use that for direction. Then we're going to use like A, B, X, and Y for items, for placing or using an item. And we're going to make it so that, what did we write? We said weapons auto-target and fire when an enemy is in range, or if it's a melee one, they animate and swing towards the enemy when they get within their small little range, right? So that's where we are with that. I think that'll be good. This is so I'm not sure which one to use yet for it, right? And all you're going to end up having to do is this, right? You're going to just avoid the enemies. That's your job. The weapon will auto fire like that, right? And you can just run around, avoid them, and survive. And then once you defeat all the enemies, that round or that room is done, and you'll be able to move through one of your doors and go to the next room. And this might be too big, right? Too big of a map, but I think it's okay for right now, right? So that's the size of it. There. Well, it is today's a little bit of a shorter stream. It's almost 10. I'm going out for lunch and meeting up with the local game dev group at a retro game store, right, where you can go in there and play computer games, old consoles, that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun, but it's with the local game development guild, right? So we go there, we bring our stuff, everybody gets to try things, and we get to see the kind of work that everybody's been doing in person, outside of just like hanging out on the Discord and talking about that stuff. So we're going to be ending stream here, and then that'll be it for me. I know later today, I don't know what time, Jeepin is going to be streaming, and I'm not sure what game she's playing today. But let's see who is all on this morning. Like I said, unfortunately, today's just a little bit short on the stream. Normally, I would go for at least another hour. It's just not going to happen today. But let's see, who do we have on this morning? We have lots of people doing stuff. I think. What? Okay. I heard her mumbling, and I was like, what? She's just talking. Jeepin is aiming for noon, and we'll be playing Guild Wars 2. Perfect. Let's see. There's a lot of people on, but everybody's playing a game today. I know it's Sunday, right? We need... Let's find somebody. You know what? We're going to raid Mr. D-Boy, who is starting a second game. There we are. Now, like I said, I apologize. Today's just a little bit shorter stream, but tomorrow, same digital time, so 7 a.m. Mountain Time, we will stream for a couple hours, right? So hopefully that'll work, and we'll continue working on stuff. I'm not sure how much I'll get done working on things today. Hopefully a little bit, and we'll identify it tomorrow and progress and move forward. But I appreciate everyone for being here. I will see you all later. I hope everybody has a great Sunday. And let's go say hi to Mr. D-Boy and check out this new game that he's working on. I hope everyone has a good one, and I'll see you all later. Bye.